Hi, Shreans. Very good evening.
Very good evening, Nafki. Good to see you. I love what you're wearing.
Thank you. I'm in the army now.
Awesome. You're in a designer army.
Yeah, designing life, not living it by default.
Yeah.
So, hello, friends, travelers, meditators, masters. Very, very good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. And welcome to day 24 of Manifestation Decoded. Hope you're all beaming more than before, getting enlightened day by day. Today, we are going to discuss further in depth about the role play of ego and ego traps. We discussed most of it yesterday, but we'll go a little further into it. And also, we are going to see watch some spectacular videos about it. So, quick recap from yesterday, where we discussed the traits of ego. We started with the 7th trait, which was that ego loves war. And then we moved on to how ego loves drama. So we must be aware of that and practice acceptance and allowance at all times. 9th, ego always keeps wanting. It's always prompting us what's missing, it's dissatisfied with the present moment. And within that, we discussed how an egoic relationship goes through stages of wanting, then thwarted wanting, and then indifference. Another trait was that ego is always governed by fear. Ego loves fame. It always seeks fulfillment from outside, which creates an even emptier shell as we head more towards the outward and leaving our essence further and further behind. So again, we have to be aware of that. And, in case you're getting famous, extremely popular, must practice radical humility. Ego always resists the present moment. And we discussed how life is nothing but slices of present moments. And if we cannot enjoy that or revel in that, the ego tends to pull us away from that very essence of living. And we keep worrying and, worry pretends to be necessary, but serves no useful purpose. And to worry hardens the shell of the ego. So it kind of becomes more powerful. Then ego is alone. It operates in alienation, in separation. And we discussed loneliness is the pain of being alone, and solitude is the pleasure of being alone. The 14th trait was that the ego always seeks approval. It needs attention, validation, approval, because it doesn't really have, a stature of its own. So it's only by validation that it feels real or legit. 15th trait was that the ego steals energy because it's disconnected from the source. It doesn't have its own source. So to appear, to be visible, it steals energy. And the more it is fed, the more addicted it becomes. And the last trait was that the ego is unconscious. It isn't wrong. It just implies unawareness. And the way out of this trap, as Buddha said, and as Shreans said, seeing is freeing. So the bond that links families together is not love, but joy and respect for and in each other's lives. Then I'm going to just briefly list the role play of ego under 10 categories. Actually, there were 11, one has disappeared. Anyway, so the various roles it plays is one of the villain or the perpetrator, the victim, which always says, poor me, the lover, who always wants and wants, the self, self-definitions and defining who am I, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm this and that, the self. Then temporary roles, then happiness as a role, to project to the world that you're happy. As, Shreans took that example of projecting a certain perfect life on social media or to the world. Then parenthood is another role that it plays. It plays a role at work, ego in illness, and then we ended with collective ego. And we also discussed beautifully how inferiority complex is also an ego You're admitting that someone's superior or you want to be superior. So that itself is also becomes a role play and a trap. So always beautifully summed up as perform your role with Santa Claus energy and perform and let it go. Don't let it define you. And don't play the role of superficial happiness. So this is what we discussed yesterday. And I think today we are going to go further into the ego traps that sabotage our growth.
That's right. Yeah. So ego roles was just 10 only. And ego traps, we are going to cover 11 ego traps.
Traps will be 11. Yeah. I almost got trapped there. And so friends, please allow me to recite a short verse on who we actually are and what we often end up becoming. Time cannot keep track of how fast we tick. Time itself must marvel how vast we travel in the blink of a thought. Do we wander through space or space through us? Hungry for our glance so it may feel real. If what we hold within can melt the vectors of space, of time, how wasteful would it be of us to keep it behind a mirage confined? I think you're muted.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Every day. If I have to write a poem, I'll take like 10 days just to write one poem.
You are writing epics every day. Every hour is a session of epics. These are just fragments.
Lovely. Thank you. Yes. So friends, so we'll start with meditation, Navki. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Right. So we'll do the same meditation which we did yesterday, dissolving your ego. Again, duration will be an hour, 60 minutes. And then after the meditation, we'll continue with the sessions.
Super.
Again, friends.
See you. See you.
And again, wish you all a very, very happy Navratri. Yeah.
Very happy Navratri. What an auspicious day.
Yes. So let's begin. Take a comfortable position, straight, clasp your hands, cross your legs, eyes closed. The purpose of today's meditation is to shed or drop our ego. Our ego is reducing us. Once our ego is dropped, we experience our expanded consciousness like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. We have forgotten that in this vast cosmos, where we don't know where is the beginning and where is the end, we as spiritual beings descended down on this planet Earth, on this plane of density, which is like a little mud ball in the cosmos. And we are not even a speck of dust. However, we have an individual identity, and we have taken this individual experience too seriously because of our ego, as if we are the beginning and the end of all. Our ego keeps us trapped in the surface level of reality. Our ego survives on identification and separation. Your identification with body, things, and forms. Once you drop your identification with temporary roles you play, you experience true freedom. as you drop all resistance. Buddha said, wear your ego like a loose-fitting garment. The ego isn't wrong, it's just unconscious. When you observe it in you, it loses its intensity. The consciousness who is observing it is the real you. Buddha once said, seeing is freeing. Rumi said, be like melting snow. Wash yourself of yourself. You think you have a life, but the truth is you don't have a life. You are life. The one life, the one consciousness that pervades the entire universe and takes temporary forms to experience itself as a stone, a blade of grass, as an animal, a person, a star, or a galaxy. You are that divine consciousness. So the process of this meditation is simple and is a great way to move from your old self to a new self, as it takes a long time for an ego to change ego. We'll use surrender as a powerful tool to dissolve or burn our ego. So here we'll first start with brain coherence, which helps you to make your mind empty, lose your identity, drop all resistance, and raise your vibrations. And then we move to the second stage. Here you will hear few sacred mantras or sutras. Before the start of each sutra, I will explain the meaning of these sutras. As you hear these chants, feel the vibrations and essence of these sutras. Surrender any aspects of your limited self to connect with the greater self. As you surrender, you drop your identity and shed your ego. So I welcome you, dear friends, to participate in this powerful process. I hope you enjoy it. And now, gently shift your awareness to your nostrils. Take one deep breath in through your nostrils, and as you breathe out, relax. And one more slow, steady breath in, and as you exhale, let your whole body relax. Shift your awareness from the world around you to the world inside you. At this moment of time, nothing else exists but your breath. Just be with your breath. Normal, natural, simple, easy, relaxed breathing. At this moment of time, completely drop your identity, your personality self, your ego, your analytical mind, which is the extension of your ego. Just drop it all. And become pure consciousness. Withdraw your attention from all people, places, things, time and event, and just be with your in-breath and out-breath. And as you observe each and every breath coming in and out of your nostrils, sense the temperature in your nostrils. Is it warm or is it cooler? Sense it. Are you breathing deep or shallow? Observe. Each and every breath is keenly observed. Let not a single breath slip by without your awareness. And now it's time to become nobody. No one, no thing, nowhere, and no time. Become pure consciousness, aware that you're aware in this endless, vast field. Surrender any aspects of your limited self to join the greater self and lose yourself in nothing to become everything. And now, the coming sutra, the sacred chant, is by Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya. Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivoham. It means I am that form of consciousness and bliss. I am that auspicious divine. I am not the mind, the intellect, the ego, the conscious memory. I am not the ears, the tongue, the nose, nor the eyes. Nor am I the sky, the earth, the fire, or the wind. I am not what is known as a prana, nor the 5 vital breaths, nor am I the 7 body elements, nor the 5 koshas. I am not the motor organs of speech, handling or movement, nor the organs of excretion or procreation. I am not aversion or attachment, nor greed, nor delusion, nor am I the pride or the jealous feeling, nor am I the dharma, the artha, nor the kama or moksha. I am not the virtuous action, nor the vice, nor pleasure, nor sorrow. Nor the mantra, nor the pilgrimage, nor the Vedas, nor the sacrifices. I am not the food, nor the dish, nor the one who enjoys it. I am not death, nor fear, nor any class discrimination. I am not the father, nor the mother, not the birth. I am not a relative, nor a friend, not a guru, nor a disciple. I am beyond space-time. I am that formless form. I pervade in all and within all beings and in all sense organs. I am always in balance, nor liberated, neither in bondage. I am that form of consciousness and bliss. I am that auspicious divine. I am that.
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Manobodhyam Karachitaninaam Nacha Shrodra Jive Nacha Gana Netre Nacha Vyoma Bhumi Natejo Nava Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Natra Prana Sagno Navapanchavayu Navasaptadatu Navapanchakosha Navakpanipadam Natrapastapayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Namedveshanago Namelobamo Madone Vamene Vamatsarya Bhava Natharmo Nacharto Nakamo Namoksha Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Na punyam na papam na sakyam na dukkam na mantro na tirtam na meda na yagna aham bhojanam neva bhojam na bhokta Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Namrotyur na Shanka Namejati Veda Pitane Vamene Vamatana Janma Nabandhur Namitram Gurune Vashishya Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Aham Nirvikalpo Nirakara Rupo Vibhurvyapya Sarvatra Sarvendriyani Sadame Samadva Namuktir Nabanda Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham
Buddhosi, Buddhosi. It means you are pure, conscious and taintless. You are not subject to the illusionaries of the world. Give up this sleep of delusion, this dream which confounds the mind. Why are you crying? You are pure. The name you have acquired is not yours, merely a mind-created fiction applied to you. The body is not yours, nor are you of it. The Lord of the universe doesn't cry either. The sound is an illusion attributed to you. The qualities imagined as yours are inherent in all the senses. The insignificant elements within the man acquire the condition of growth through the addiction of food, water and drink. It is not a growth nor a diminution of you. Within the body shell, you remain constant. Do not become confounded by this body which has been fastened upon you. Father, son, mother, wife, mine, not mine. Do not assign much significance to what is only an aggregation of elements. The delusional man thinks that pain elevates pain. The delusional man thinks enjoyment or pleasures gives happiness. The intelligent man whose mind is free from confusion knows that pleasures and sorrows are alike. The carriage goes upon the earth. The body is seated in the carriage. The self resides within the body. The delusional jiva thinks, I am this body. The self has no attachment to his carriage. Foolish is such ignorance. You are pure consciousness and taintless.
शुद्धोऽसि बुद्धोऽसि निरञ्जनोऽसि संसारमाया परिवर्जितोऽसि संसारस्वप्नं त्यज्य मोहनिद्रां मदालसोल्लापनुवाच पुत्रम् शुद्धोऽसि रेतात्तनतेऽस्ति नाम कृतं हि ते कल्पनयाधुनैव पञ्चात्मकं देहमिदं न तेऽस्ति नैवास्य त्वं रोदिषि कस्य हेतु न वा भवान् रोदिति विश्वजन्म शब्दोऽयमायाद्यमहीशसूनुं विकल्प्यमाना विविधैर्गुणैस्ते गुणाश्च भवताः सकलेन्द्रियेषु भूतानि भूतैः परिदुर्बलानि वृद्धिं समायान्ति यथेह पुंसः अन्नाम्बुपानादिभिरेव तस्मात् न तेऽसि वृद्धिर्न च तेऽस्ति हानिः त्वं कञ्चुकेशीर्यमाणे निजोऽस्मिन् तस्मिन् देहे मूढतां मा व्रजेथा शुभाशुभैः कर्मभिर्देहमेतन् मदादिभिः कञ्चुकस्तेऽपि नद्धा तातेति किञ्चित् तनयेति किञ्चित् अम्बेति किञ्चित् धैतेति किञ्चित् ममेति किञ्चित् न ममेति किञ्चित् त्वं भूतसङ्घं बहुमालपेता दुःखानि दुःखोपशमाय भोगान् सुखाय जानाति विमूढचेता तान्येव दुःखानि पुनः सुखानि जानाति विद्वान् न विमूढचेता यानं क्षितौ तत्र गतश्च देहो देहेऽपि चान्यः पुरुषो निविष्टः मम त्वमूर्व्यां न यथा तथास्मिन् देहेति मात्रं बत मूढतर्षा शुद्धोऽसि बुद्धोऽसि निरञ्जनोऽसि संसारमाया परिवर्जितोऽसि संसारस्वप्नं त्यज्य मोहनिद्रां मदालसोल्लापनुवाच पुत्रम् मदालसोल्लापनुवाच पुत्रम् मदालसोल्लापनुवाच पुत्रम् शुद्धोऽसि बुद्धोऽसि निरञ्जनोऽसि शुद्धोऽसि बुद्धोऽसि निरञ्जनोऽसि शुद्धोऽसि बुद्धोऽसि निरञ्जनोऽसि सा
बोलो शिव 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 बोलो शिव शंभो 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 बोलो शिव 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 बोलो शिव शंभो
जुगाद सच है बे सच नानक होसी वे सच आद सच जुगाद सच है बे सच नानक होसी वे सच आद सच जुगाद सच है बे सच नानक होसी बे सच आद सच जुगाद सच है बे सच नानक होसी बे सच आद सच जुगाद सच है बे सच नानक होसी बे सच आद सच जुगाद सच है बे सच नानक होसी बे सच आद सच जुगाद सच है बे सच नानक होसी बे सच Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Oh, divine Master, grant that I may know so mercy to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved
Now,
to the
Divine Mind, center yourself by placing your attention over your beautiful heart, your soul. Breathe in and breathe out from this sacred place. Embody the divine. As you breathe from the sacred center, you add more life to your heart with your attention. Open your heart. Feel immense love, immense joy, immense gratitude. Remember this feeling. Remember by heart. Breathe. Feel. Smile. And radiate your love into life. Breathe. Feel. And receive the love from all of life. Ready, you can slowly bring your awareness back to your new consciousness, to your new heart, to your new body. In a whole new world, in a whole new time. Take your time, and whenever you're ready, you can gently rub both your hands and place it over your beautiful eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and you may slowly open your eyes. Take your time and slowly come back, feeling blessed and blissful. Stay in this feeling and slowly come back. Thank you for spending these moments with me. My love and appreciation to you. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So Shreans, a quick break.
Yes, 3 minutes break and we meet again. Yes.
See you.
Listen to the animals, listen to the trees, listen to the spirits of the earth begging us, please stop listening to greed. Listen to the rivers, listen to the sea, listen to the spirits of the deep begging us, please stop listening to greed. She sent the drought to warn us, she sent the storms to scold us, but we don't listen. We burn and we break and we take and we take and we take till it's too late. Oh, where did the beasts go? Where did the trees go? Where will man go when he has lost the heart beat beneath his feet? Oh, this is our home. She gives us home, Mother Earth. Can you feel her heart beat beneath your feet? Heart beat beneath your feet. Heart beat beneath your listen to the trees, listen to the spirits of the earth begging us, please stop listening to greed. Listen to the rivers, listen to the sea, listen to the spirits of the deep begging us, please stop listening to greed. Listen to the trees, listen to the spirits of the earth begging us, please stop listening to greed. Listen to the rivers, listen to the sea, listen to the spirits of the deep begging us, please stop listening to greed.
Stop listening to greed. We're going to listen to you now. And friends, looking very forward as Shreans takes us through this journey of understanding ego traps, and see you on the other side of the session.
Yes, lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Navki.
Thank you, Shreans.
Thank you, friends, for all your beautiful messages. Thank you so much. So, today we're going to talk about the ego traps, especially in our spiritual journey. When we go through this journey, we feel a spiritual journey is all about losing our ego, but sometimes even in that we get into a trap. Even that has its own traps, because ego somehow finds its own way. It finds its way to slip. Wherever it finds a little gap, it will slip into. And so we are going to understand what are these ego traps, especially in our spiritual journey, right? And today I'm going to cover this maybe for around 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And then I'm going to show you one very interesting video, which around for 26 minutes. I'm going to tell you about that video which is before playing. So let's begin, friends. Yes, Keshav, slide. So what are those 11 ego traps that sabotage our spiritual growth, right? So I'm going to share one by one. So friends, so one of the greatest dangers on a spiritual path is that ego becomes spiritualized. Ego loves to think itself as spiritually evolved, because that is again one trap of ego. Ego always loves to it has to affirm itself. So even ego loves to think itself as it is very spiritually evolved. And it's just that another way that it manages to feel important and in control. No matter how spiritual, even if it's a spiritual journey, ego still wants to feel important, still wants to be in control. And that's why we call it enlightened ego. So it is very important to free yourself from an enlightened ego. So I'm going to share you one by one each trap. So the first trap is a trap of spiritual bypassing. So when you are in a spiritual journey, a lot of times what happens is when you are in a spiritual journey, a lot of times they say, oh, don't feel any negative emotion, don't feel any negative emotions, right? So as if there's a fear of negative emotion. And a lot of times we start numbing our emotions. Actually, negative, positive, all are on the two sides of the coin. If you forcefully try to do that, then you start even experiencing the positive emotions, the joy of life, the celebration of life. So here in spirituality, we usually what we need to do is to transcend our emotions, to transform our emotions. Sometimes in spirituality we have so much obsession to positive thinking, and we start wearing a nice mask. Oh, I am spiritual. People tell you, oh, you are spiritual, oh, you are a meditator, oh, you are a teacher. So we start wearing that nice mask. Even though some negative feelings are coming, but we pretend that it's not happening, and we suppress those feelings. We suppress those emotions. Then a lot of times we have weak personal boundaries. So weak personal boundaries is, a lot of times in spirituality we want to help others, right? We want to be good to others. We want to see how we can share our knowledge, our wisdom to others. But sometimes we get so engrossed in others, we forget, we don't draw our own boundaries. We forget, we don't even define for our own time. And then in a bargain, sometimes we lose our connection with ourselves. We get lost in the process. We started the right way, but as we start having our personal boundaries, we get lost in the process. So sometimes even in spirituality, we need to keep our own boundaries. Anybody can come for any problem, any issue. Sometimes you don't let them solve their own problem. You don't allow them to solve their own problem. Only when they solve their own problem, when they will grow. You can guide them, but you can't do the push-ups for them. Then another is excessive tolerance of compassion or blind compassion. Somebody is going through some illness or something, some journey, and they know, and you know that they can heal themselves. They know the root, you know the root cause, but still you want to heal because of the love, because of your love. I'm not saying the intent is bad, but then you don't allow them to deal with their own issues. In fact, in a way, you are retarding their own spiritual growth. Because they created it and they are experiencing it so that it gives them an opportunity to learn and overcome. And now you give that support. So they don't know how to stand on their own feet. Sometimes in spirituality we experience exaggerated detachment. So spirituality does not mean where you in fact you will stop even taking your own responsibilities. Oh, I am spiritual, so I'm not connected with anything. Sometimes it becomes escapism from your responsibilities. A lot of times we get stuck in theoretical spirituality. So just because you know it, just because you have the information does not mean that it has made you spiritual. Only when you really apply it in your life, only when you have transformed yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, only then the real transformation happens. Only when you applied it in your day-to-day life, how you face your challenges, only when it's reflected in your relationships. Otherwise, it's only theoretical spirituality. Sometimes in spirituality, we also deny self-responsibility by placing it on some higher being, as if you don't have to do anything. Oh, the spirit guide will do. The angels will take care of me. But God also helps those who help themselves. Sometimes in spirituality, you feel you go through a delusion of as if you have arrived at some higher level of being. You know, one experience we have and we feel, oh, we have arrived. I am at some higher level of being. So these are all the typical types of spiritual bypassing. In the name of spirituality, you bypass, or you are bypassing all the other responsibilities. So now I'm going to share with you a few more traps, one by one. Yeah. The second is the trap of superiority. So the moment you become spiritual, you think I am superior to others. You start seeing everyone as if they are inferior to you. And this is a very subtle trap. It sneaks from the back door without any noise. And very subtly you form strong judgments towards others, very strong condemnations to others. That's why then you want everybody to make like you. But we forget that everybody is going through their own journey. If you are a meditator, does not mean that everybody has to be a meditator. If you are if you do yoga, you want everybody else to do yoga. If you are a vegan or vegetarian and anybody is non-vegetarian, you see it, you condemn them. If you read spiritual books, others read fiction books, you condemn them. If you don't have the need for any good car or anything, but anybody is having good car or any expensive car, now you look down at them. Stupid people, idiots. They are too lost in their materialistic world. Lot of spiritual teachers and gurus do that. Lot of religious gurus do that. They condemn others. They judge others. Lot of times we all do it. Just because we're in a spiritual path does not mean you judge others. Just because it does not mean you condemn others. So once you awaken, you will have no interest in judging those who sleep. That is true awakening. Because you honor everybody's journey. You respect everybody's journey. You accept and allow them to be where they are. The next trap is forcefully trying to wake up others. You think you have awakened, so now you are forcefully trying to wake up others. Within your family, within your friends, you share your knowledge, you share your wisdom, you share your ideas, give them inspiration, but don't push them. Don't try to make it do forcefully. That is again a spiritual trap. So in spirituality, we become super pushy. The thing is, when you have transformed, when you have changed, you just stay in your own. You remain in your own with your own connection. Then, as they see you transform, they will see it. Then they will aspire to become like you. They will be inspired. And then they'll work on to achieve that. You don't need to push it. Or they may never work on to achieve that. It's their choice. Sometimes you don't really need to become a preacher if it is not required. Can't forcefully become a preacher. So another trap is the trap of wanting to help others. So again, similar to the earlier one, we don't respect others' boundaries. Even if no advice is wanted, we'll give unsolicited advice. Once you're into spirituality, you think you know everything. Every part of conversation you want to give your spiritual ideas, your spiritual fundas, unsolicited. Problem is not about giving advice. Give advice if it is solicited, but not when it is unsolicited. That means you are not respecting their boundaries. That means you are not respecting their choice. That means you are doing because you want to show that you are superior. You know it all. You understand it all. Another trap is trap of wanting to revolutionize the world. Once you're into, sometimes when you get into spirituality, you feel, or not just spirituality, any transformation. A lot of times we fight, join the fight against corruption, violence. We are just externally driven, forgetting our own internal or our own internal revolution. And it is very common. It is very common in the early stages of awakening to have the impulse to want to save others and the world. However, as your consciousness expands, you begin to see the interconnectedness of all things. Then you recognize that you change the world by changing yourself. The very act of changing yourself is an act of changing the world. So don't lose your own, don't make sure that you are changing yourself first. Sometimes, and especially as I told you, it happens in the early stages of awakening, where you want to revolutionize the whole world. And in that quest, we forget our own internal revolution. We lose connection with our own selves. And some people get lost in the whole way. Next is the trap of meaninglessness. So the trap of meaninglessness is once you are into spiritual journey, you sometimes tend to you tend to actually feel separated from the whole existence. It's a paradox. You feel you get into a depressive mindset. You find everything meaningless. I am life affirmative. Enjoy life, celebrate life, have fun in life. It's just that don't identify with it. Do with all awareness. Don't lose your inner connection. It does not mean you have to disregard things. Does not mean you have to discard things. Does not mean that you have to live in lack. So sometimes that is also a trap. Sannyasi means detachment from things, or you don't identify with those, you don't look yourself, you don't find yourself in the things. You don't find happiness outside. Your happiness is already within you. But that does not mean you stop enjoying things, or you have to you have a fear of those things. As if there is something evil in that. As if materialistic world is evil. Actually, even materialistic world is spiritual. We all came from the same source, including all the materialistic things. So even they are spiritual. Things does not become bad on its own. It is the use which makes it good or bad. Money is not evil. It is the use of money which determines whether it is good or evil. How you use it. So same way, how you experiences the pleasures of life. The world of things. That determines whether it is good, right or wrong. But sometimes in spirituality we find meaninglessness in everything. Again, that is a trap. If it is coming, and also depends on where it is coming. If it is coming from the state of internal awakening, where you feel ki, okay, yeah, my happiness, I am already happy within. And it's happening naturally, it's a different thing. But don't try to forcefully do things. Another trap is of avoiding everyday responsibilities. Once you think you're spiritual, you start living off the grid. As if you try to now discard or avoid day-to-day responsibilities. Don't take up those responsibilities. Oh, I am spiritual. I am meditating. Oh, I am going for this workshop. That does not mean you stop taking your responsibilities. Whoever you are, as a parent, as a bread earner, or whoever you are, or as a housewife, whatever you are in your family. Both goes hand in hand. So there's a Zen saying, and in fact, a lot of times people become spiritual to avoid responsibilities, to escape from the day-to-day world, to escape from day-to-day responsibilities. All of a sudden they'll go to some ashram and join some ashram. Because it's easy. You don't need to take responsibilities. But the real challenge, the real growth happens during in those states of those responsibilities. When you're going through challenges, when you're going through some contrasting situations. That is your true test of spirituality. That is when the real growth happens. So there's a Zen saying which says, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. So nothing changed. So remember to face day-to-day challenges for growth if you really want to grow. Then another trap is the trap of self-victimization. Again, it is like, you victimize yourself. Poor me. And it is like avoiding self-responsibilities. Blaming God for things sometimes. If nothing works for you, you blame God. And in the act of self-victimization, then you tend to become spiritual. So, and a lot of times spirituality does not mean, spirituality is about self-empowerment. It's not about self-victimization. No matter how long you meditate, but you are still victimizing yourself. Sometimes you take karma as a reason for self-victimization. Oh, I am spiritual, so now I believe in karma. Oh, so I must have done some past life bad karma. That's why I am going through all this. So what to do? I have to go through sorrow. I have to go through grief. And you victimize yourself. That becomes the best excuse. Karma becomes the best excuse. And if karma can be an excuse, then nobody will become enlightenment ever. Because the way we've been taught, or the way religions have told us, oh, you have karma, karma, karma. So by the time you clean that karma, that does not mean you'll not create further new wrong karmas or bad karmas. You'll create new karmas. That means you'll never get enlightenment. Then how did Buddha got enlightenment? How did Mahavir got enlightenment? How did Jesus or Christ or Muhammad, how did they get enlightenment? The very fact that they got enlightenment is a proof that you can overcome that. You can transcend your karma. But then we tend to self-victimize ourselves. And as is your belief about yourself, as is whatever is, as you judge, you carry your own judgments, your own beliefs about yourself, about your own limitations. You define your limitations and then you live to it. If you fight for your limitations, you got to live it. So a lot of times, even in spirituality, we fight for our limitations. Because our religion has told us, no, this cannot happen in this lifetime. It's a Kali Yuga. It's a Kali Yuga going on. So we victimize ourselves. You have to do this many fasts. Only when you do so many fasts, then you will reach God. Only God will bless you only if you do fast. They created heaven and hell to punish you, to victimize you now. And even in that, you create a competition. So in some religions, they say that you have to really punish yourself. They even beat themselves so that they can get closer to God. The truth is God never calibrates with human misery. So again, it's a trap. The next trap is the trap of savior complex. That is a trap of similar to superiority complex, but then what do? You start feeling a sense of specialness. You get a very inflated ego, self-importance. Oh, I'm spiritual. I am a leader of this cult, or I am a spiritual leader or a religious leader. Start wearing special clothing, special pose, special tika, creating a false aura around yourselves. Have so many disciples. The more disciples, the more followers. That means the better you are. Start creating competition. Even there you develop competition. Make sure that your following is more than some other spiritual teacher or the other religious guru. They create competition there also. How many temples I have built, how many temples the others have built, so that how many temples my name is there. So all this is again a trap. Even donation, when you give, you want your name in a big way. Even if you're fasting, oh, how many fasts the others are doing? Oh, I did 50 fast, I did 60 fast, 40 fast. Even there is a competition. It is not coming from the sense of connection. It is coming from the sense of ego. It's a false ego. The truth is 30 fast or 40 fast or 60 fast has nothing to do with your connection with God. Yes, fasting is good for your health. But after a point, fasting is bad for your body. Even you cannot meditate properly. So sometimes we lose the middle path. We stop applying our mind. Be scientific. Have a scientific approach to spirituality. Then next is the trap of attachment. The trap of attachment is sometimes you go through so many mystical experiences. Now you want to chase the same experience again and again. Every time you meditate, once you had something, now you want to try. Now because you are trying to chase that experience, now you are attached to that experience. That the experience itself becomes now that itself becomes a bottleneck. That attachment has become the bottleneck. Because of that, now you're not able to really surrender or make your mind empty. That's why so many times I tell you not to just be a witness to your experiences. Don't try to analyze it too much. Be a witness to your dreams, because if you get good dreams and if you analyze it and if you give meaning to it, of course you'll be very happy. But if any day you get a bad dream, you'll feel very disheartened. You'll live in fear. And what happens when the fear will drive more things which is corresponding to those vibrations. So just be a witness. Have a mind that is open to all and attached to nothing. Sometimes when you get a mystical experience, now you tell so many people, or some psychic experience, you exaggerate and tell it to people. So that everybody knows, oh my God, what a meditator he is. So again, that is a trap of attachment. Then the last is the trap of relying on external answers. Friends, in spiritual journey, what is most important is, after a point, once you know the path, then you have to find your own answer. Connect to your inner being, connect to your heart, connect to yourself. That's what intuition is. That's what insight is. You will find your inner guidance. Your heart will guide you. You don't need to depend on any guru or any God. You are God yourself. Your breath is your guru. Sometimes people do one workshop, from one workshop to another, from one workshop to another. What is more important is the application. Just by doing workshops is not enough. How much you apply it in your life, that is most important. And you think that, oh, this workshop will give me some more answer, this will give me more answer, this will give me more answer. After a point, you will find your own answers within. That's why a lot of time people ask questions I don't want to answer. Because you have to find your own answer within. Once you have the knowledge, once you have the wisdom, once you have the guidance, once you have a tool to connect to yourself, then find your own answer. You don't need personal guru. Sometimes all that you also become attached, being even attachment with guru. Ananda was one of the most favorite disciple of Buddha. He could not get enlightenment until Buddha was alive, because he was so attached to Buddha. But after Buddha vacated his body, he realized his own attachment. And once he let go of that attachment, he became enlightened. Sometimes when we have a guru or some God, anybody criticizes your guru, you are ready to fight. You become upset. How can he or she talk about my guru like this? Again, that is your attachment, that is your trap. If he's a real guru, that guru will not bother. Somebody is talking good or bad, doesn't matter to him or her. But you get so angry or you get so upset, you're ready to fight. For your God, for your guru. We form a cult. So friends, again, there's a trap of relying on external answers. You don't need to rely on anything external. That does not mean you don't take guidance or read books or knowledge, but know that at the end, you have to learn to find your own answers. For every small thing, you can't run to your guru. Alright friends, so I'll end today's session. So Buddha said, wear your ego like loose-fitting garment. Again, he didn't say ego is bad. He didn't say lose your ego. He said wear your ego like a loose-fitting garment. We, in this three-dimensional reality, in this plane of demonstration, we need to have our ego. But it's just that the problem is not with the ego. The problem is where we are unconscious of our ego. We are unaware of our ego. And in that unawareness, we identify with that. We become identified with that ego. But once you become conscious, anytime ego arises, it is important to change that thought. Once you are aware, then you are able to change the thought and release resistance at the very first indication of that emotion of that negative emotion or that ego. And when you learn to release resistance at early subtle stages, that is when you start thriving. Thriving is what is natural to you. You are meant to thrive. Emotion in itself is not unhappiness. Only emotion plus an unhappy story is unhappiness. This is the equation. A lot of time people are, oh, I have felt a negative emotion. Only when you attach a story with that, an unhappy story with that will give you unhappiness. Emotion is only an indication. It's okay to feel negative. It's fine. But once you're aware, you don't attach an unhappy story with it. Now you know, I would need to transform it. I need to transcend it. And the beauty is the moment you become aware, and it will dissolve itself. That's why sometimes practice non-reaction, silence. It will dissolve itself. So emotion in itself is not unhappiness. Only emotion plus an unhappy story is unhappiness. As long as you make an identity of yourself out of pain, you cannot be free from it. So stop identification. Stop your identification with that pain. That identification is the ego trap. Rumi said, be like a melting snow. Wash yourself of yourself. Right? So that is important. Patri sir says being ordinary is extraordinary. You don't have to show that, oh, you are spiritual, so you are something extraordinary. In spite of all your spirituality, in spite of all your knowledge and wisdom, you are ordinary. Being ordinary is extraordinary. Obscure outlasts the obvious. It's fine to be obscure. You have no need, there's no urge or need for any name, fame. Right? Be interested rather than interesting. I've seen Patri sir being so curious to learn at any stage of life. When he meet any master, any book, he reaches so much of curiosity. Be anonymous. He would do things without telling anybody. In the end, it's not between you and him. It's between you and him. So remember this. He is the one who is watching you. When the ego weeps, Rumi said, when the ego weeps what it has lost, the soul rejoices for what it has found. So just detach from identity. When you detach from identity, you become nothing. But that nothing contains everything. Just as a white light contains all colors. That's why Rumi said, that's why Lao Tzu said, let's be nothing. I heard it lasts forever. Patri sir used to say, simplicity is sexy. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So, and just enjoy life with the Santa Claus energy. Even don't take your ego also so seriously. Man suffers because he takes seriously what God's made for fun. I'll repeat, man suffers because he takes seriously what God's made for fun. Life is supposed to be fun. You are creator. You are a focusing mechanism. When you get hold of an idea, just play it out for the pleasure of it. If you're doing it from ego, you're not connected to your source energy. A really mature person cannot be serious. There's nothing to be serious about. The whole of life is fun. It is a play of consciousness. And that's what meditation reveals to you. That the whole life is a beautiful play of energy. That's what Osho said. The whole life is a beautiful play of energy. So thank you. Navki will end this session on ego.
I hope we can. And now you want to go to the video, you said.
I want to go to video. This is for 26 minutes, friends. So I'll still need some extra time from you. So 26 minutes, and then after that we'll do the Q&A. So thank you, friends. So this video is about a woman. It's a story of a woman from Africa, from Rwanda, and it is in the year of 1994, where there was a civil war in Rwanda, where two groups of tribes, they fought with each other. And when the president of the one tribe died, the other tribe became the president, and there was huge violence. Millions of people died, were slaughtered, were killed during this violence. And this is a story of one woman who is a survivor, who lived in a bathroom for 91 days. In one bathroom for 91 days. And her both parents were killed, her grandparents were killed, her both two brothers were killed, her all the relatives were killed, her all best friends were killed, her all her loved ones, childhood friends, everyone was killed. But in spite of that, let's see what she made out of herself. Super inspiring. Whenever I see any challenges, anything, I take inspiration from her story. That's her story. Let's see it.
Whenever I'm having a difficult time forgiving, I think of Immaculée Ilibagiza.
I was born in Rwanda. Rwanda is a tiny country located in the Central Africa. It was and still is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Very green and perfect tropical weather. My village was in Kibuye. Our house was on a hill that overlooked Lake Kivu. My mom and dad were teachers. They were very good parents who were very respected in the village. In my family, we were 4 children. I was one girl among 3 boys. We loved each other a lot. We were very protective until the last time we separated. I was home for Easter holiday. My brother came to my room.
You're still sleeping?
He looked like he was awake for many hours.
You don't know what happened?
I jumped out of the bed. I never did this before in front of my brother. Put on my clothes. He said,
The president of our country died last night.
They're gonna kill us.
I come from a tribe of Tutsi who was not well loved, and we kind of suspected something might happen. My parents sent me to hide to a neighbor who was from the Hutu tribe. He was a Protestant pastor, and he put me to sleep in a bathroom of 3 by 4 feet with other 7 women. We couldn't talk. We couldn't speak as the man told us.
I won't even tell my children. One mistake. It's not that I don't trust my children, but one least mistake, it will be too late for you, and your life will be over. Don't use the shower.
Only flush the water of the bathroom when somebody else is flushing the water in the next bathroom.
Okay? I think we will be killed for a week or maybe less. But if we are careful, we might live through this. Please be careful.
We thought it was going to be 2-3 days. We spent in that bathroom 3 months.
You must not let your guard down. The Tutsi snakes are hiding in the grass, so make sure that you have your machete ready to chop the snakes in half.
We couldn't shower. We were waiting for killers to find us every day.
The government will bring you one. If you're working your field and spot a Tutsi woman in bushes, breastfeeding her baby, don't waste a golden opportunity. Pick up your gun, shoot her, chop the snakes in half. Don't forget to kill the baby. The child of a snake is a snake.
They went home by home to search, to see if anyone was hiding. And this was a group that was paid by the government, given food, drinks, smokes. The first time they came, I remember, I was stretching and I saw them through the tiny window of the bathroom. They made a circle of the house so that no one jumps out of the window, and then they started to scream. They went in every room. They went under the beds. They even opened suitcases to make sure there was no babies hiding. They went in the ceiling of the house with flashlights to make sure no one is hiding in the ceiling. They went on the roof of the house to make sure no one is laying there. I remember asking, if you are there, who can control all this, please don't let them find the door of the bathroom. 1,000 needles are going through your body. It was painful. It wasn't a little fear, it was a lot. Your life is about to be over. You are about to be cut by machetes.
There are the Tutsis. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a good Hutu. I will never hide Tutsis. There are no Tutsis here. I don't want any problem with the government.
You people, you know me. I should protect this house. First, those Tutsi rebels come and attack me for being such a good Hutu.
They came right to the door of the bathroom. One of them touched the handle. He told the man,
You know what? I trust you. You are a good man. Oh, thank you. You are one of us now.
I mean, when we saw him, we jumped. We thought it was the killers finding us.
You're safe now. You're lucky to be alive.
We were completely numb for the past 5 hours.
And I don't know how you are praying or if you're even praying, but whatever you're doing, please keep doing it.
You know, the feelings I had in that bathroom were things I never experienced in my life. I had anger. Anger I cannot put in words. I mean, sometimes people hate one person and that's bad enough. I hated like 8 million people. I remember thinking, when I go out, I'm going to be a soldier and I will train my body and muscles and just kill everybody. In my anger, I was Rambo. In some movies I have seen, I was killing people. With these thoughts, I would be sweating out of anger. And I'm still sitting in the bathroom. With these thoughts, my head will be aching. And my stomach is aching. Why my thoughts are provoking this poison? I'm only thinking of things I want to do. What is going on with my thoughts here?
It's very hard to remember love when we are scared. Being afraid is one of the strongest emotions in the world.
Our heart rate varies with each and every heartbeat. And when we're frustrated and anxious and emotionally upset, the rhythm of the heart becomes very incoherent and jagged. And this basically creates a noise in the system that drowns out the intuitive signals.
I remember thinking, this home has 2 bathrooms. If they didn't have these 2 bathrooms, how could we have been hidden here? They would have found us. It was only home that had 2 bathrooms inside the house. And that made me feel good. When I was thinking the good, and it was so distinctive because the feelings were so high, you can feel the difference, like somebody just like pushed you down or lifted you up, like it's so clearly. And I started thinking, we can eat. Thank God this man has children. We can eat the leftovers, even if to us not much. So I started to see the good, and it was like my heart was open. Look at these people, I can touch somebody. Like just to see the good in everything.
Appreciation is a heart-related feeling. It requires access to the intelligence of the heart to appreciate or to have gratitude.
And when I was thinking that way, I felt much smarter.
When we're in a coherent state, the signal from the heart to the brain is much stronger. It gets up to our frontal cortex much clearer.
That's the heart knocking on your door, saying, open the door, here I am, you need me. Because then you say, ooh, look where I am, I'm in hell. I didn't know that. But the heart tells you, trust me. I'll bring you out of that.
It begins to shift the energies very, very quickly so that you come into another level of buoyancy that rises above the problem. And in doing so, you can then see into it. You can then find ways to deal with it.
They're coming back.
It was so clear in my heart. This time, they're going to find you.
Pastor, push the wardrobe in front of the door so they're not going to see there is a door.
No. Why? If they come there, I realized it wasn't here.
I'm begging you.
Okay, I'll put it.
And it was so clear that I need to listen to that. They came to search.
Where is she, Pastor? This is the last place she was seen. We know she's here.
One of them said, I have killed 399 cockroaches. And he said, I want Immaculate to be there for 400. And I'm thinking, this man, I knew him. He was a schoolmate in elementary school. Someone I can call a friend. How can somebody say you killed 399 people by machete? But he was proud. They went right in the wardrobe. They could have found us if that wardrobe was not there. And later he said, good idea. It wasn't even like I want to take credit, like, oh, good, I had a good idea. It was just like, keep listening. Know how to distinguish that clarity that is not covered by hate, by envy, by jealousy, by anything unloving. That is really how it comes out. It comes as a truth that you know is not motivated by something not nice, yeah. And the funny part, when they left, the anger came right back. It was just like, again, like oil coming back on the top of the water. It was like a veil I pulled in front. I couldn't see, I couldn't think. Oh, my body is aching again, and my headache. But that's what you do when people are killing you people. You get angry. So I didn't even think there was another way to deal with this. Despite of the price I was paying with my own body, I couldn't remember how to smile because of anger. I felt like my mouth was twisted. I wished to be innocent again. I wished to see good in people. Because for me, they were animals. They were bad. They were just like evil people.
Oh, Father.
Every day, I prayed about 200 Our Lord's Prayer.
Come, thy will be done on earth.
Anytime I reached the part that said, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, I couldn't say it.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Anytime I went through that part, it was like a red flag. And then I said, but how can I deal with it? Because I can't forgive, because this is unforgivable thing. They tried to kill me. How do you forgive such a thing? I wished I could, but it didn't make sense in my situation. So one time I said, wait a minute, I have a better idea. I thought, let me skip that part of the prayer, so then I don't have to say it, then I can say the rest. So then within me, God is okay, now he knows I'm not lying, because lies don't sit well in the body. And I started to skip it, and I felt so much better.
Forever and ever, amen.
So I edited it, and now these voices, you are editing his prayer. If I were you, I wouldn't try to edit his prayer. I can say this laughing today, but that time my world was crushed. I remember it was like giving up, or can I call it surrender? I went on my knees and I put my hands up and I begged God, I'm going to put back your prayer, because if you said pray this way, you must know it's the right thing to do. I am putting it in your hands. If you know how to forgive, help me out. I am willing. That was a big shift. I remember it came to a point when it was like the world was divided into a part of love and a part of hate. And a part of love are people like Mandela, like Mother Teresa, Gandhi, people who suffered. But no matter how much they suffer, they still stand up for truth. They still stand up for love, for defense of another human being's rights. And then on the side of hate, I see people like Hitler, like those who were causing genocide in Rwanda, who are revengeful, angry, like me at that time. And I felt like God was asking me, where do you want to stand? Where do you want to belong? Do you want to belong to the side of love or the side of hate? And guess what? People who belong to the side of love, they have known injustice. They have known hate. They have known how to be treated bad, but it's your choice. And I remember it was so clear that I said, of course I want to be with Gandhi, with Mandela. I admire these people. I admired Mother Teresa. I want to be like them. So what did they do? They believed people can change. That was a huge shift in my thinking, in my body. People do change. And I remember thinking, wait a minute, I don't think people can really change. But wait a minute again. Look at me, I'm changing with all these thoughts. So when I realized that people actually do change, people have the capacity to see things differently, that's when I realized I can let it go. I felt like I've moved from the bathroom to a place of air. That's how love felt in my body. I couldn't smell nothing bad. It was like I was floating. And that was a paradise in my heart. I thought about the killers. I truly felt compassion towards them. Imagine the person who killed 100 people, who have took away fathers and mothers from their kids. What are they going to become when they wake up one day and they realize what they're doing, someone who begged them for life. When we came out, it was like end of the world. 1 million people and more was killed. My mom, my father, my 2 brothers, my grandma, my grandpa, neighbors, my schoolmates, my best friends. It was like end of the world. Everywhere was dead bodies. But something have changed my heart. I was strong inside. I was really ready to face life in a different way. I'm a skeleton, I'm 65 pounds, but inside I felt like huge. I felt more beautiful. I felt like everybody was just a gift of God. And, I just wanted to serve, to help, and to care. For the first time, I'm being grateful for things I took for granted forever. And I can say hi to somebody without anyone kidding me. And then I remember in the evening, this wind, a nice wind, the trees are moving. I can feel the wind on my body. I didn't feel this for 3 months. I can see the stars, I can see the moon, and I don't have to pay for this. Did I ever look at the moon and said, wow, nice to have the moon? No, it was overwhelming feeling of love and appreciation. I want to scream to the whole world. Do you see the beauty?
The mind can understand conceptually wholeness, but only the heart can experience wholeness. And the reward, if we can endure what we experience, is that we don't just grasp oneness, we feel it.
Your head sees things that's black or white, wrong or right, bad or good. Head is always judging, always off balance.
How long do I have to wait for it to be white again?
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. The heart is much faster and wiser than the head. The eyes of the heart, black and white judgments disappear because the heart is balanced by a deeper truth. The Great Spirit spins together moments of profound beauty that can only be experienced with the heart.
I am forever grateful for that bathroom, to see where evil can take people, but to see also where love can take people. Just to realize the weakness of people, but the strength that is within each one of us. To push me that far, to dig within my heart, and to trust that instinct within.
And when you can give thanks for it all, and love without conditions, then you will be free. That is the power of the heart.
Life is full of challenges. Challenges and hardships oftentimes are the intense heat and fire that break us open to discover gifts, talents, and capacities within us that we would have never discovered before.
So like a match that holds fire, but until it strikes against something, you have no flame. By rubbing up against experience, our heart comes aflame, and light and warmth come from us.
You can even be grateful for things that you imagine that aren't any good for you, that you imagine that you don't really want, or that you wish you hadn't had to experience. Even in those moments, masters say, thank you to life. Thank you to God. Thank you to the divine self for this particular experience, because I know that before too long I will see the extraordinary gift that has been folded into this physical encounter.
6 months after the genocide, and people used to tell me, you can't forgive this quick. It's too quick to be happy. You can't be smiling after what happened. And that really kind of made me question a little bit sometimes. I said, am I happy and forgiving out of surviving mechanism? Am I going to crash one day, which many people told me, oh, one day, if you see them, you will go back to the anger. I said, really? Let me see. So I went to the prison to see the person who have killed my mom and my brother, whom I would not have gone to meet him. It didn't serve me one bit. So I went there just to really see how I feel. And I have learned the head of the jail is a friend of my father who lost his wife and like 5 children. So I knew he would open the door for me.
You can eat it. You can do whatever you want. Because I'm here now. I will protect you. So ease up your pain.
And he brought the man. I remember him, he used to be a teacher. He was like a father to me. He had kids my age. I used to visit them and have lunch with the family. Now that's him who did that. I just broke down and cried. And I truly cried out of compassion towards him and his family.
I forgive you.
It wasn't like, oh, I planned to say these words. There's something I wanted to express and I couldn't find words to say it fully. I wanted him to be free from me, not to think, oh, she's mad at me, I can't do nothing. I just wanted him to have a chance to go through his own journey from his own heart, not because somebody's angry at him or somebody put him in a prison.
What is wrong with you?
And the head of the jail was so mad.
What is wrong with you? Huh? You do not know what he did to us? You do not love your parents? Huh? You forget?
I forgot that the man was there and actually lost his family too. And I really felt bad.
You forgive a killer? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Why did I forgive him? But I did. I wanted to. I wanted to free him. But it felt more like weakness. It felt like. But in some way, I knew it was the right thing.
It's the most horrifying tale. And yet she and many people living through that genocide have found it in their hearts to forgive and to move on.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Napki. So sometimes we say our stories of pain and look at her. And if she can forgive, why can't we? If she can be grateful, why can't we?
Wow. This went really deep.
We can go to questions now.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little out of words for a few seconds. Just friends, just going to questions. Vindhya.
Hello, Navkiti and Shreans ji. I did not expect to be immediately connected. I'm also out of words, so overwhelmed. Thank you for everything. The meditation, the the wisdom, and then the video message. Every minute, I had so many thoughts and things going through me, but right now I feel like I have nothing to say. First of all, thank you. Shansti, everything you said, like, the ego traps, initially it felt like overwhelming. Everything seemed like a trap, but that is what it is. It is everything, right? We have to experience, there is, I don't know how to say the words, but today being Navratri, the first day, and the color of white, I was thinking, you also said that in one of the sentences. Oh, just like white incorporates all colors, same way. And every time you say, the divine, it's, when you feel nothing, that is what everything is. And that's what I was thinking. All these things, unless we experience everything, that's when we will realize that nothing includes everything. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's what I felt. Just like the white color, to reach the white color, you have to blend all the colors together. And so apt about ego too. That's what nothingness means, right? You drop all these and then you become nothing. So just like drop all the colors, the vibrance of it, then that purity and that, which includes everything. So thank you. My experience being aware, it has, like, I'm becoming aware. I'm still going through the journey. Like, I went to India to assist, like, to help my father-in-law. He couldn't go by himself, so I went, and I thought I was helping, and that's where I think my ego played into. I went there and I was trying to help him adjust. He was here 6 months back to, like, this maid left, a new maid, and internet was gone, and I was trying to help, and I was thinking I was helping, but then I realized every step I helped, more things popped up. So who am I to help? Instead of making him independent, I was trying to make him dependent. And same thing with my parents. I tried to go see if I could help, but the words you said, everyone has, you're robbing them of their experience or their learning. It made so much of sense, and we are crossing their boundaries. So yes, we have to be there, do our duties, but not feel like we are doing something, I think. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vindhya. Rosie, are you there?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
You want to switch on your video, Rosie?
No, I'm in dark, ma'am.
Even after 24 days?
No.
Okay, please go ahead.
Sir, I want to ask about meditation. Whenever we go into thoughtless state, in meditation. I saw a video about that spiritual growth. So I want to know that whenever go into thoughtless state in meditation, then only cosmic energy will enter our body, or whenever we are sleeping. Is it true, sir?
That's true. It is in emptiness that we receive.
But sometimes in meditation, thoughts also come in between. So at that time, cosmic energy will stop coming.
No, no, no. Even that time it comes as your reduction, as you reduce the thought. It's when meditate, you make your vessel empty. Only when your vessel is empty, that only then you can receive, right? So with slowing your thoughts, reducing the thoughts, as and when you keep reducing your vessel, emptying your vessel, you'll you'll start getting the cosmic energy. And when you being empty is
Can
like,
we feel that energy?
yeah, yeah, you
So
feel
can
the energy, of course.
oh, sir, is mindfulness equal to meditation, or mindfulness meditation something different?
So, I mean, see, these are all play of words, and words has its own limitations. Anybody who says in what context it will define that meaning, or it will give that meaning. I see mindfulness is awareness. Meditation is going deep, but mindfulness is to be aware of everything, even any present happening. Even if you're washing hands, you're very mindful of washing hands. You're eating, you're very mindful. You have the children, you're very mindful. Whatever you're doing, you're fully in the present moment, fully immersed, fully there. I feel, and fully aware of your thoughts, your emotions. I feel that is mindfulness. So I think a combination of meditation and mindfulness is great.
Sir, even if we don't follow any techniques, still we can manifest if we are in alignment.
Absolutely.
So, what will you suggest to stay 24 hours in alignment?
That is so meditation is a tool to help you stay in that alignment.
Okay.
Yes. Awareness is a tool to help you stay in that alignment.
Okay, sir. Sir, can we sit in Vajrasana for few times?
Or having fun in life, doing things which you love, which you enjoy, have fun. Even that is the thing to be in alignment.
The things which makes us happy, right?
Which truly makes you happy, and or having fun. How a child is always aligned because when they are playing, they are having so much fun, and they are that is where they are aligned.
Sir, about breath work, can we sit in Vajrasana for few minutes during breath work, or
Yeah.
do any body movement?
Yes, whatever works for you. You don't have to sit in Vajrasana, but yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie. Tejal.
Hi,
Hi.
Shreans sir. Hi, Navki. Thank you so much
Hi.
for all the sessions. I just want to ask two questions. One was regarding meditation. So today, when I was meditating, I entered like a state where I was blank for some time, and then I I was going to do a visualization, but I just entered a state and I was just blank. I could not do anything. Then I would come to awareness, I start again, and I would go blank. Is this proper, or
That's
I
proper.
don't know?
That's proper. That's fine. That's what happens in meditation, and the whole idea is to go in that state, to go blank, which is good. It's fine.
So then, after that, I should go and sit and do visualization in another session, or let that just go for an hour.
No, so you can continue in that state, continue with visualization if you want to visualize. And sometimes
Okay.
you don't want to visualize, which you don't need to visualize, right?
Got it. And another question I had was regarding manifestation. This it's just a thought that came to me. If two people are manifesting the same thing, suppose if it's a job or something, uh, how does the universe play?
So leave it to the universe. Why do you want to decide for universe? Let the universe decide.
Right, right. Okay, got it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tejal. Ramani, are you there? Ramani?
Thank you for giving me a chance. Actually,
We can't hear you very clearly. Your voice is muffled.
No, sorry, Raman. I understand you're driving, so maybe we are losing the connect. So we'll go to next then.
Yeah. Dr. Vasudha Kothari, hi. Please unmute.
Good evening to Shreans
Good evening.
and people in India. I'm from Toronto.
Oh, nice.
I just want to thank you. You have been always awesome, and there is no question. I just wanted to share one of my experience.
Yeah, please.
A couple of years back, when I did not know you, I just attended one of your 21 days manifestation program this year in January, 26 January. Since then, I know about you and I really adore you. Couple of years back, I was going to Siddha Samadhi Ashram near Bangalore. Rishi Prabhakarji is my guru.
Yes, yes.
And on the way, we saw this Pyramid Valley. And my friend said, let's go and see what it is. I said, okay, I'm open to everything. We went there and I was feeling very hungry actually that time. And I was looking for lunch. And we saw that Pyramid Valley was serving prasadam there. And I told my friend, let's go and have prasad and then we'll go to Pyramid. She said, no. What Guruji has taught us, before the lunch or dinner, before the food, we do meditation. So she forced me to go to Pyramid. And I said, okay, I have done many kinds of meditation, but this experience is mind-blowing. So reluctantly, I went with her. She told me, sit here, and I sat there. And I closed my eyes and I said, oh God, now 15 minutes, she's going to make me sit here. And then I'll go for my lunch. Chance, I don't know how 15 minutes passed by. She came and literally shook me and she said, Vasudha, let's go for lunch. And I said, 15 minutes are over? She said, yes. That was the real mind-blowing experience of meditation. I've never gone in meditation like this. So now, after knowing you, I want to come to Pyramid Valley, attend if there is any course. Otherwise, I'm seeing you in Mumbai very soon.
Yes. I'm doing a course in Pyramid Valley in January.
I'll definitely come.
Yeah. And I'm more interested to know what was your experience of lunch.
Lunch was sattvic and very filling, no doubt about it. It was so nice. But I'm thinking that meditation was so powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shreans. You have been so clear in explaining in such a simple words that I don't have any question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shiva, can we move to you, please? Hi again.
Yeah, hi Shiva.
Well, thank you, sir. Till this, I have all my questions have been clear. Like whenever I get a question, in a few to 2 to 3 minutes, the answer will be given by. Like most of my answers have been answered. I just have one question. Like I'm getting like I know that, but I just have a doubt.
Sure.
Like when we want to get rid of some habit or anything, so how can we do that? Like I have read that Ikigai book in this program only. I started it and I finished that also. So I try to apply Ikigai books.
Yeah.
So I am trying the 21 days. Like in the 21 days also, I'm like whenever I think like I will leave this, my thought again goes to the same thing, like which I want to get it out. So how to?
So just by being aware, just by controlling yourself, because initially it is like that. To break any habit is challenging initially, right? The body will resist. And you have to understand that you have to overcome your body's resistance. See as a witness what's going on in your body, and use your power, your will, your intent to overcome that. Right? It's a fight between your body and your conscious mind, and you have to win over your body. So that is the fight, and initially it's a struggle, but once you win it, then the body surrenders.
Whenever I get the thought, I will put music for 5 to 10 minutes. I will meditate for some time, and again I will be like, okay, it's fine now.
Good. Whatever tools work for you. Yeah, that's great.
Thank you, sir. I will attend your program in the Bangalore, sir. Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Sarla, can we have you? I think Sarla has not been before.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
You want to turn your video on?
हाँ, वीडियो क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
वो आपको एक रिक्वेस्ट आई होगी पैनलिस्ट ऐसे ज्वाइन करने का.
अच्छा, stay as attendee.
Join as panelist.
हाँ, वो अब आया? नहीं, भेजिए. Please join as. Oh, अब
केशव, आपने सरला जी को वो ज्वाइन एज पैनलिस्ट भेज दो.
नहीं आ रहा है. हाँ, अब किसको दबाए? वीडियो. हाँ, आ गया.
आ गया.
यस, मैं बहुत दिन से सोच रही हूँ आज मेरा कैसे ये हो गया. आई एम वेरी लक्की. मैं सोच रही हूँ श्रेयांश भैया और वो दोनों भाई का मतलब धन्य माँ है जो इन लोग को जन्म दी है. मैं तब से बोलने के लिए उत्सुक हूँ. मैं आप लोग का सुनती हूँ, इतना अच्छा लगता है, इतना अच्छा. आई एम 75 years.
वाओ, थैंक यू.
1-1.5 साल हुआ मेरे हस्बैंड की डेथ हो गई है. मेरी 4 बेटियां हैं. मैं हाउसवाइफ हूँ.
जी.
मैं ये सब करती हूँ, मैं इतनी खुश रहती हूँ. मैं बोलती हूँ मेरे हस्बैंड को जितना थैंक यू बोलूं उतना भगवान को, गॉड को, सबको थैंक यू बोलती हूँ कि ग्रेटिट्यूड. कितना मेरे को अच्छी जगह मेरे को आप लाके रख के गए हैं, मैं रह सकती हूँ. और मेरे को इतने अच्छे आप लोग मिले हैं. मैं पहले भी आपकी क्लास करी हूँ, सुनी हूँ, और अभी भी आप लोग दोनों भाई का सुनी हूँ. 28 दिन का मैं कर रही हूँ. दोनों टाइम करना चाहती हूँ, मैं करती हूँ. और सुबह भी मॉर्निंग वॉक में 5 बजे उठ के जाती हूँ. फिर वहाँ एक्सरसाइज वगैरह करके आती हूँ. जिस दिन बाद में होता है तो यहाँ कर लेती हूँ ध्यान, और उसके बाद आप लोग का सुनती हूँ. 8:30-9 बजे तक, जब तक शेष नहीं होता है मैं सुनते रहती हूँ. मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है. आई फील वेरी हैप्पी. आप लोग धन्य है, धन्य है. आप लोग का परिवार, आपकी माँ क्या है जो आपके जैसे बेटे को जन्म दी है. धन्य. ग्रेट, ग्रेट. बहुत थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू. सबको बहुत बहुत थैंक यू. बहुत खुश हूँ.
थैंक यू.
थैंक यू
सरला जी. थैंक यू. आप 75 के लगते नहीं हो कहीं से.
हाँ, आप लगते नहीं कहीं से भी 75 के. आप तो लगते हैं कि आप 55 साल के.
नहीं भैया, 48 का जन्म है मेरा, जून का. अभी यहाँ मैं अरबाना में रहती हूँ. कोलकाता हूँ मैं. अरबाना NRI, तो मैं वहां रहती हूँ. और यहाँ का सब बहुत अच्छा है. तो मैं बोलती हूँ किसी को कि बोलते हैं आप डाई करती है. मौली ना, मैं डाई नहीं करती हूँ, मेरा नेचुरल बाल. तो उन लोग को लगता है हाँ आपका नेचुरल, हम लोग तो डाई भी करते हैं. मौली मैं डाई नहीं करती.
मैं लिव करती हूँ.
हेलो. हाँ
श्वेता. सॉरी सरला जी, वो ओवरलैप हो गई है कॉल.
हाँ हाँ. बस मैं बहुत खुश नसीब हूँ, आज मेरे को चांस मिला बोलने का. बहुत दिन से मेरे मन में था. धन्य मम्मी है, इन लोग की जन्म दी है. ग्रेट, ग्रेट, खुशी, ग्रेट.
थैंक यू.
नहीं, बहुत खुश हूँ, बहुत खुश. थैंक यू, थैंक यू.
Okay. Shweta, we have you still? Hi. Please unmute.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Sir, namaste. I'm from Jammu and Kashmir. आपको सबको नवरात्रि की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं सर. सर मैं 28 दिन से वैसे सोचती थी बट कभी हो नहीं पाता. आई एम वर्किंग इन IIT. तो सर मेरे 2-3 शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस हैं. जो शायद से मतलब आपने बताए भी हैं, बट व्हेन इट कम्स फ्रॉम द मास्टर तो ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ उन्होंने बोल दिया है। एक तो मुझे ऐसा ये पूछना था कि जैसे आपकी सारी गाइडेड मेडिटेशन है, क्या जब हम नॉर्मल चुप करके सांसों को ऊपर नीचे करते हैं, वो और गाइडेड मेडिटेशन क्या एक ही तरह का मतलब रिजल्ट देते हैं, या फिर हमें नॉर्मली मतलब चुप बैठ के अपनी सांसों पे नियंत्रण करना ही चाहिए, या गाइडेड मेडिटेशन भी वही रिजल्ट देती हैं? एक सवाल ये। हाँ, और
तो जो गाइडेड मेडिटेशन में भी शुरुआत में हम अपने सांसों पे ध्यान देते ही हैं। मैक्सिमम मेडिटेशन हम शुरुआत वही आनापान सती से करते हैं, अपनी सांसों पे ध्यान देते हैं और फिर हम दूसरे गाइडेंस में चले जाते हैं।
ठीक है सर। दूसरी बात, जैसे नॉर्मली मुझे लगता है ये क्वेश्चन सब पूछते हैं और सबको मेडिटेशन आप नॉर्मली आते ही तब हो जब आपके लाइफ में कुछ ऐसा ट्रॉमा एंड यू फील कि कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, सो देन यू फील कि देयर इज सम डिवाइन पावर जो कोई देखता नहीं है, और अब जैसे हमें ये पता चला इस कोर्स करने से कि पावर आपके अंदर है। मेरा ये सवाल था सर, आपके इस कोर्स से पहले ऑब्वियसली हम लोग वी वर लुकिंग फॉर मेनी कोर्सेज। मैं इब्राहिम हिक्स सुन रही हूँ, मैं ये कर रही हूँ, मैं वो कर रही हूँ, मैं आई वाज लुकिंग फॉर एवरीथिंग। आईआईटी में भी कुछ मेडिटेशन कोर्स हुए एंड आई वाज लाइक आई एम सो टॉकेटिव, आई कैन नॉट इवन, मैं ऐसे नहीं चुप करके 1 मिनट बैठ सकती। तो मेडिटेशन वाज लाइक कि मैं 5 मिनट चुप रहना इज लाइक मेरे लिए कर्स है, मैं कैसे बैठूंगी। बट ऐसा था कि सर एक दो मेडिटेशन आई जिसमें मतलब सब बोले लाइफ पर्पस पूछो, तो आई वाज लाइक कि मुझे, मैं भी पूछती हूँ कि लाइफ पर्पस क्या है। तो मैं हमेशा रोज यूट्यूब में डालती थी मेडिटेशन कैसे करते हैं, बट मुझे कुछ सवाल नहीं मिल रहा था। अब मुझे आपका कोर्स देख के समझ तो आ गई कि मेडिटेशन व्हाट वी नीड टू डू, बट मैं सिर्फ एक ही चीज पे कंफ्यूज हूँ। जो आपके सारे सवाल समझ में आ गए, हीलिंग होती है, सब कुछ हमारे मन के विचार है। अगर मैं मन से सोचती हूँ मैं बहुत खुश हूँ इस कमरे में, तो मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, और इसी कमरे में मैं सोचूंगी मैं दुखी हूँ, तो मैं बहुत दुखी हूँ। मेरा मेन सवाल ये है कि जितनी आपकी गाइडेड मेडिटेशन है, जैसे हील योर रिलेशनशिप, फेयर एंड वो सब कुछ आना, मतलब वो एक तो हम क्या अपनी मनोस्थिति के हिसाब से करें कि आज मुझे क्या लगता है कि मेरा किसी के साथ अच्छा रिलेशन नहीं है, तो वो मैं कंटिन्यू कितने दिन तक मतलब करूं, वो कितना लेके चलती चलूं, मतलब क्या उससे भी कोई फर्क पड़ेगा। और दूसरा, जैसे आपने मैनिफेस्टेशन के 5 वो बताए हैं कि मतलब वो जो 1 घंटे की आपकी पूरी है। हाँ, अब नॉर्मली सर ऐसा ही होता है कि आप जैसे अब हम लोग हैं, आज अगर मैं आईआईटी में एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में बैठी हूँ, तो मेरा होगा कि मुझे नेक्स्ट कोर्स में बैठना है, फिर मुझे नेक्स्ट कोर्स में बैठना है। तो विजुअलाइजेशन की एक स्टोरी तो नहीं आती, बट ऐसा जरूर होता है कि आप अपने बॉस को देखते हो, ही सिटिंग देयर, तो आप विजुअलाइज करते हो अपने लॉन्ग टर्म गोल्स या जो भी आपको लाइफ में बनना है। मेरा मेन ये सवाल है कि गाइडेड मेडिटेशन में जैसे जैसे आप बोलते जाते हो, हम वहां वहां सोचते रहते हैं, क्या वो हमें सेम रिजल्ट देता है कि जब मैं चुप करके सुबह बैठूं और मैं अपने मन में वो चीजें सोचूं? और दूसरा, जैसे मेरे बस का ट्रेवल है, नॉर्मली आई लिव इन उधमपुर, मेरा बस का ट्रेवल है कोई 70 किलोमीटर रोज, तो क्या मैं वो बस में भी बैठ के अगर मैं कोशिश करती हूँ थोड़ी सी हिलती तो मैं रहती हूँ, तो क्या वो गाइडेड मेडिटेशन अगर मैं लगा के वही सब विजुअलाइज करूं, तो क्या वो मुझे रिजल्ट उतना ही देगा?
राइट, सो अब मैं बोलूं? तो देखिए मेडिटेशन साधन है।
जरूरी थी मेरे लिए वाकई मेडिटेशन बड़ी जरूरी थी, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि ये सवाल मैं 1 महीने से पूछ रही थी व्हाट आई नीड टू डू, एंड सडनली यू केम, आई डिड मेनी कोर्सेज, यहाँ कर लो वहां कर लो ये कर लो, मुझे शांति तो कहीं नहीं मिल रही थी। बट ये था कि मतलब मेरे घर वाले भी कहते थे 5 मिनट नहीं तुम बैठ सकती हो, तुम 10 मिनट कहाँ बैठोगी, बट यू वर द ओनली वन। मतलब मेरे पास तारीफें तो आपके लिए लोग इतनी करते हैं कि मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं हूँ कि मैं कितने अच्छे फैंसी वर्ड्स लगवा दूंगी, लेकिन मतलब मुझे अब लगने लगा है कि मैं आधा घंटा 1 घंटा मैं बैठ पा रही हूँ, मतलब बट एक ही चीज में मैं थोड़ी सी डरी थी, बट मुझे लगा तो मैंने लोगों को देखा जो ब्रेथ अवे था, क्योंकि जब सांस लेती हूँ तो सर मेरे को इतनी घबराहट हो जाती है कि मैं ऐसे सोच रही थी कि आपने बोला 25 मिनट करना है किसी तरह, तो आई वाज लाइक कि ऐसे ऐसे करके भी मुझे हुआ, बट आई डोंट नो कि वो ठीक था कि नहीं था। बट हाँ, वो जो 35 मिनट का ट्रांस आता है कि आई वाज लाइक कि अब मुझे होश ही नहीं रही है, अब मैं मतलब ऐसे ही हो गई हूँ। अब एक तो ये एक्सपीरियंस पूछना था, क्या वो मैं ठीक कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि मेरी वाइब्रेशन सर मतलब मैं डर गई, मेरे को अच्छा लगा मुझे 25 मिनट करना, तो आई वाज लाइक ऐसे 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 करके, क्या वही वाइब्रेशन वो ठीक रहती है कि गलत है ये सब? अब नहीं बोलूंगी, अब आप बोलो सर।
तो नहीं, तो जो जो आपको एक्सपीरियंस हुआ ब्रेथवर्क में वो बिल्कुल सही है। मेडिटेशन भी एक साधन है, ध्यान भी एक साधन है, उसमें फिर ध्यान में गाइडेड मेडिटेशन भी ओनली एक साधन है, फिर उसमें अगर म्यूजिक है तो वो भी एक साधन है। आपको आपके जो भी इंटेंशन से वो मेडिटेशन बनाया गया है, जैसे हील या बॉडी या हील रिलेशनशिप, आपको उस साधन के द्वारा आपको वो प्राप्ति के लिए। बट जरूरी नहीं कि वो ही जरूरी है। जैसे आपने कहा कि गाइडेड होने के कारण आप बैठ पाए, तो मतलब वो आपके लिए काम किया। बट अगर आप शांति से बैठे और अगर बुद्ध ने तो कोई कोई गाइडेंस मेडिटेशन यूज नहीं किया था, या बुद्ध ने तो कोई म्यूजिक यूज नहीं किया था, वो तो शांति से होके बस बैठ गए थे। तो 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 उसमें भी आपको केवल ज्ञान मिल गया। तो ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि वो आपको यूज ही करना है गाइडेड मेडिटेशन। ये तो थाली में अलग अलग व्यंजन परोसे गए हैं आपको, जब आपकी आपकी मर्जी है वो खा लीजिए, नहीं मर्जी है तो मत खाइए। बट आत्मा से कनेक्ट होने के कई माध्यम है। मंजिल एक है पर रास्ते कहीं अलग अलग है। ये नहीं कि रास्ता वही यही और वही सही है, ऐसे नहीं है। तो जो जो रास्ता आपको पसंद आए, जो रास्ता आपको आसान लगे, तो वो रास्ता चूज कर लीजिए और उसे आप पा लेंगे। तो ये
तो आ जाके वही है सर, आ जाके यही है कि अपने मन की थॉट जो तुम्हें लगता है वो सही है तो वो आप कर लो। उसमें ज्यादा ज्यादा शक लाने की जरूरत नहीं है। उस मतलब उन चीजों से भी मेरी मैनिफेस्टेशन होगी।
एंड में आपका रिजल्ट आपको बता रहे हैं ना कि आपको किस चीज में आप बैठ पा रहे हैं, किस चीज में आपको अच्छा लग रहा है। जो ध्यान से जिसकी विधि से आपको अच्छा लगे वो पालन कर लीजिए, जो नहीं लग रहा है तो छोड़ दीजिए।
ठीक है सर। थैंक यू सो मच सर, मुझे सुनने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।
Thank you. Thank you. Shreans, one more question.
Yeah, we can take two more.
Shweta, you're there. Please unmute. Yeah. Losing network. Still moving. We'll go to NK Srivastav till then. And Shweta, we come back to you. We'll try once more. NK Srivastav. Please unmute.
In the meantime, Shraddha is asking about full moon meditation. So, during the full moon day, the energies of the planet is very high. And you can see that force, right? You can see the waves. And so the magnetic pull is high. And because of that, meditation during full moon is more powerful. Because like how inside a pyramid it is more powerful, or when you go into the nature it is more powerful. So same way in a full moon, on a full moon, the meditation, it is easier to slip into a deeper state of consciousness on a full moon day. Yeah. Yes. Who else?
Shweta, we still can't get. NK Srivastav, are you not there? Shobha.
I was seeing Komalika also in case she wants to.
Narki, can I speak? I was asked to unmute.
Oh, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you, Narki. This is Ramni. Shreyans, I just have 3 questions. One is that after completing this 28
Just say where are you from, what you do, ma'am?
okay, I'm basically from Hyderabad and I'm Dr. Ramani. I work as a group head HR. And I think the other day I texted you about something. For some reasons, my video is not working. My first question is that after this 28 days of meditation course, what do you suggest for us? I mean, to say we do the pick up any kind of meditation and go about doing it for 1 hour, or as per the requirement, we pick up the different types of meditations that you taught us.
So there is no fixed formula. Go as per your whatever your urge of your consciousness.
Okay.
So there's no structure. Just follow your heart. The day you feel like doing whichever one, you can do it, and not necessarily mine. Actually, you can do any meditation, whatever you resonate at that time.
To be very honest, I think after initially I used to listen, do that breathwork meditations with you on and off. But this 28 days of meditation, what I got into, I'm a working woman, but I always try to, log in when I'm driving. And I can see that I'm able to concentrate, like most of them have been telling that, concentrate much better. And I think there's a lot of change within me. So I would prefer to go ahead with whatever you've been teaching. So anything, one suggestion you would give us for one type of meditation to continue?
So I feel the very fundamental meditation is Anapanasati meditation.
Okay.
That is the foundation for all meditations, and so I personally practice more of Anapanasati most of the days, and
Okay.
few days I like to do something else. Then I try those meditations or do those meditations. So this is my personal practice. I mean, you can whatever you feel, then you can take your choice.
Okay. Okay. And my second question is, we've been talking about dissolving the ego, where you also said in one of your talks that with us is only one lifetime we get. That is known to all of us, and we should live the way we want. But then, yeah. But then in our relationship, say suppose somebody close to us is not.
Earlier saying, what did I say? You said one lifetime. What was that?
You also mentioned in your talks that us is one. We live once in a life. That is, we have one life to live. And so we should try to do the best that we want to, or that's what was my understanding. But at the same time, in your relationship, in somebody close to you, it is you don't get along. And in spite of it, should we go ahead and do the healing the relationship and try to sort it out, or we should think, let go and live the life that you want to live?
Yeah, live the life you want to live. It's fine. I mean, it's your, see, this is something which you have to find the answer yourself when you sit in your meditation, when your heart is elevated, when your heart is open, you ask this question to your heart and it will tell you what you need to do. Do you really need to improve the relationship, work on that, or you just let go and move on? Your heart will tell you that answer.
Okay. And my last question.
I say one lifetime does not mean it's just one life you live. I mean, we live many lifetimes, and but the context may be different when I said one lifetime.
Okay, got that.
One day, one lifetime. This is the moment. So that means, I mean, it's just that when I say why not make the best now when you already have that life now.
Got that. And one last question. Basically, we all grow up believing that what we face in this life is because of our past karmas. But then again, we are talking of law of attraction, manifestations, and all that. So don't you think both these statements are contradictory to each other?
So exactly to your question, I am going to answer it day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Last day after tomorrow, and 2 days we are on soul contract and soul evolution. So we're going to answer all this about karma and law of attraction and how they intersect with each other. We're going to I tell you explain everything in detail. Yeah.
And one more question only, related to the karma. They say we are suffering because of a past karma, but we don't even remember a past life. So how do you think that is justified?
Again, I'm going to answer it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ramani.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shweta, I think that might be the reason you're in the train. So maybe when you're stationary tomorrow, we could take your question. Kamolika, why don't we go to you?
Hello. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me again here.
Hello, Kamalika. It's always good to see your smiling, bubbly face.
Thank you so much. So I had just 2 or 3 questions. I just noted it down. Just let me know. Yeah. So one of the thing is like one of the panelists again asked that. So like you said, guided meditation gives the same result as if you're meditation just by yourself. So that question was complete. But yeah, some like Brahma Kumari ji does meditation with eyes open, and you do it eyes closed. So what's the difference between the two?
So I feel meditation. I mean, this is a very personal opinion. One can reject it, but I feel meditation should be done with eyes closed. Because when you close your eyes, that is when you can conserve the maximum energy. That is when you can go within. The whole process is to go within. That does not. I mean, maybe one can go with eyes open also, but why not make it easy? It's easier to go within with eyes closed. So that's what I feel. Yeah.
Okay. And second question.
Brahma Kumaris also. I mean, in a very earlier days, I used to even try Brahma Kumaris, but personally, I found it much easier to meditate with eyes closed. But that's very personal, and I mean, there are a lot of Brahma Kumari followers who do it eyes open, so it's very personal choice. Yeah.
And secondly, like you have already covered the topic, like how non-veg affects our body. There are micro RNAs which affect our body. So like it is said, like drinking, consuming alcohol and smoking, all of that also hampers the meditation and a connection to the spiritual level. What's the, I mean, like, is it same or what's the difference between it?
So anything excessive is bad. So personally, I drink alcohol. I drink sometimes. I planned that on 30th night I'm gonna drink a lot.
I'm joining you, Shreans.
But find a middle path. You know. Sometimes during those times you have fun. You just forget all your past and enjoying, celebrating. It's fine. Life is to celebrate. But if you're drinking every day, or then it's an issue. You know. Yeah. Don't make only that your source of numbing your feelings, and then only you can be happy. So right. So it's just follow a middle path. That is more important.
Okay. And last question is like, it is usually said in...
Line is have fun, have celebration, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. So last question is like, it is usually said ki everything comes in life for a lesson. And if I've not learned the lesson, does that mean I have to think a lot over it? That is there some lesson behind it? I have to just poke it again and again, something like that. So
No, so you can be more aware. Is this some relationship trying to teach me something, or is there's a lesson behind it? What is the lesson? You know, once you become aware, the lesson will show it to you. You'll get that guidance. What is the lesson? You don't have to stress about it. You have to just be aware of it. And we repeat what we don't repair. So if you are not learning the lessons, then the fact that if same situation is repeating again and again in your life, it is trying to tell you there's something where you need to work on yourself, right? Yeah. And you will get your guidance.
and what's the difference between visualization and manifest?
Pardon? I'm saying we are always guided. We are always connected. The moment you connect, the guidance starts flowing in. Yeah.
The difference between visualization and manifestation.
Visualization is a tool for manifestation. We visualize anyways, whether we like it or not. Visualization is it's a controlled imagination to visualize what we want. When you are worrying, you are visualizing what you do not want. Right? But when you are imagining, you're doing a controlled visualization to focus on what we really want in your life. It's just directing your power of imagination in direction of your destiny. That's the difference.
That's all. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
Thank you. Wow, very nice. So Shreans, wind up here.
Yes.
Any more questions? Yeah. Clocking it. So Shobha tomorrow, Anisha, MB Krishna, I see everyone's hands. We'll definitely try and take this in tomorrow. And I hope you're all joining us as we go on this ride of celebration, learn more and more about how to be happier and glow all the time. Tomorrow we'll enter transgenerational healing, which is going to be very special, very subtle, and a joyride of a subject. So hoping to see you all tomorrow. And thank you so much for your time, dedication, the gift of your presence. It means everything. That's what energizes this whole course and us. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.